I played Zoo Simulator to find out what keeping a zoo might feel like, and also because I love animals. But did it meet my expectations, or did it deliver something entirely else? Something I would have never expected. Something way more deep and profound. Something that triggers my deepest curiosities and hidden desires. Let's find out. Now, let's look at Zoo Simulator on a surface level. Try to figure out what it is supposed to be and how it depicts keeping a zoo. Mainly, you are a groundskeeper because everything keeps breaking down. All the time. So you will run around a lot, wielding your wrench, your drill and your welder. Yes, your welder, because apparently the gates for the animal enclosures made of solid steel constantly break apart. Do these animals have severe psychosis or something? Other than that, you actually do more zookeeping related things like feeding the animals and buying them toys and plants. But then it's back to repairing things. All the things. All the time. You get a neat little office PC and a tablet to manage your zoo. Here you can adopt new animals like rhinos, ostriches, elephants, red pandas, grizzly bears, hyenas, and many more. You can buy tools and upgrade them, you can order food for your animals and steel bars. And you should order many steel bars because those gates keep breaking all the time. They will not stop. Maybe they are actually a metaphor for breaking the player's will. You can also hire employees to sell hot dogs, do marketing and gardening. We will take a closer look at those soon, especially the gardening. You can also order renovations for your office because in the beginning everything is covered in mold. But what about the stars of the show? The animals. They are surprisingly passive. You don't really interact with them. You provide food and water and that's it pretty much. Aside from keeping their steel gates intact, you can look at them walk around and eat and drink, while they make quite bizarre anthropomorphic noises. You can give them custom names too, which is a nice touch. Now, a zoo has visitors too, right? And when thinking about people visiting zoos, what demographic springs to mind immediately? Right! Families! Little kids munching down on ice cream and fries in the sun, expressing joy and excitement. In Zoo Simulator, the only visitors are 9 to 5 corpos on lunch break, killing an hour or two while grabbing coffee and a hot dog sold by a very charming young man.
They're following them and which they find.
Sometimes you might see a retiree reflecting on their loneliness and the fact that their grandkids won't even spend time with them in a freaking zoo. How depressing is that? And look at this guy with all that trauma stored up in his shoulders. Also this stern lady, so much stored up anger. Now that we looked at the game's surface and what is obvious, let's look underneath all that. Let's dive into the profound hidden meaning of the game. You might think while starting the game that you are embodying the protagonist. You inherit this rundown zoo and bring it back to its former glory. You pull all the levers and make the decisions. But what if I told you that none of that really matters? There is something way bigger, more meaningful going on. It's not about the animals, and it's not about money. It is about gardening. You will at some point hire a gardener, and this guy will teach you to view not only the game, but life itself in new ways. When you look at him doing his work with what seems to be beyond passion, you will transcend into a more refined state of mind. Look at this guy, let's call him Bob, raking the foliage. He is not just raking the foliage, he becomes one with the act. He is fully immersed and absorbed by this chore. His hyper-focus on raking the foliage reveals something that goes way beyond neurodivergency. It seems to be bordering on a divine essence which is freed through an act of total devotion. It seemingly emulates an act of eroticism and total climax that lasts forever. His entire being is engulfed in raking the foliage, modeling the meaning of the sheer act into something entirely different. A higher plane of existence, of being in tune with the cosmos. But he is not just raking the foliage. Bob also weeds the entire compound. He will take a very special stance which reveals a hypnotic symphony of movements that will awaken an ecstasy in you which is beyond human comprehension. You are describing yoga, I hear you proclaim, but oh, believe me, you beautiful soul, these practices are far removed from mere spirituality. Its values and validations pale in comparison to what Bob can achieve with these pronounced motions. They are not just precise, they are 100% exact. It is a perfect work of art in form of animation. Bob does not only rake foliage and weed the patches of green, he also spreads that which grants life. Light, you determine, as it is the obvious physical component which keeps us all inside the cycle which is the BIOS. And I say, you are right. Bob is the light. That much has become clear. He illuminates the path to fulfillment with the power of gardening the gardens, but also gardening himself, teaching us how to tend to ourselves and the gardens analogous to us. Light is but not the only component necessary for growth and well-being. It is water, you claim, and yes is my answer. Water is what Bob will spread across the seed, which then will become an explosion of life, of growth. Look at the way he spreads the liquid vitae. Every motion, once again, a complete circle of perfected divinity. In a selfless act of pure altruism, he only knows to give, when also completing himself through this very act. Tending to every need of his surroundings, be it plant, or man, or animal. Spreading love and light and life-bearing liquid. Look at this dance of love and light and life. Look and be complete. Be one with Bob! Also, look at this very cute watering can he has. Why shall his name be Bob, I hear you ask? Well, his head bobs when he moves. He looks bobby. So, is Zoo Simulator worth it? Should you invest time and money to play this? If you want a good and realistic zookeeping experience on your home computer, probably not. If you seek fulfillment in life, endless harmony and illumination, then you might want to give it a spin. I'd say wait for a sale though, and don't spend more than $10 or so on it. Ooh. No. Almost. Come on. Darn it. Oh. Oh. Finally. Thank you for watching that video till the end. I hope you liked it. If you want to support my channel, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and maybe follow my Twitch channel as well. That would help me out beating the algorithms and grow my channel project a bit more. Alright, catch you on the next one.